The Trump administration's efforts to investigate Renee Good and others around her, rather than the ICE officer who shot her in Minneapolis, are causing major disruption within the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota, which is leading the probe. At least half a dozen federal prosecutors in Minnesota have resigned amid growing tensions between state and federal officials since the shooting on Wednesday, according to sources familiar with the matter. The Trump administration quickly declared that the agent, Jonathan Ross, acted appropriately and alleged that responsibility for the fatal shooting lay with Good and those around her. There is currently no basis for a criminal civil rights investigation, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said in a statement Tuesday, indicating that federal investigators are not examining the conduct of the ICE officer while simultaneously blocking local authorities from using their jurisdiction to investigate the shooting. Among the Minnesota prosecutors who resigned is Joseph Thompson, the second in command at the U.S. Attorney's Office, according to sources familiar with the matter. Harry Jacobs, a senior prosecutor who, together with Thompson, led the Justice Department's long-running effort to tackle social services fraud in Minnesota, also resigned. Federal prosecutors in Minneapolis initially reached an agreement with local prosecutors and the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to jointly investigate the shooting, a routine arrangement that typically follows federal officer-involved shooting incidents. Minnesota authorities later said they were informed by the FBI that the U.S. Attorney's Office had ordered federal agents to conduct the investigation alone, without local authority involvement. That decision came from Washington, sources said. At the same time, lawyers in the DOJ's Civil Rights Division were told they would not assist in the probe into the shooting. In the past, the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division has typically launched investigations into law enforcement-related shootings, instances of potential police brutality, or possible hate crimes to ensure officers did not violate a victim's rights, even if no charges result. Departing from that tradition is highly unusual. Previously reported information indicated the decision to block local investigators from the probe was prompted by distrust among federal officials in Washington who feared local officials could not be trusted with sensitive case information. Vice President J.D. Vance told reporters there were concerns about leaks and that the ICE agents involved could be doxxed or have their personal information released publicly. The investigation has been marked by other unusual moves that sharply depart from how FBI investigations typically operate. Video from the cell phone of the officer who fired the shots, a key piece of evidence, became public through a conservative Minnesota media outlet. President Donald